hit that Al-Shaair did to Trevor Lawrence.
That's right, Jamie. The NFL is suspending Texans linebacker Azeez Al-Shaair for the next 3 games for repeat violations of the NFL's health and safety rules, including that hit that knocked Trevor Lawrence out of Sunday's game. John Runyon, the NFL's vice president of football operations, writing in a letter to Al-Shaair that after the illegal hit, you proceeded to engage in a brawl, which you escalated when you pulled the face mask. After the referee announced you were disqualified for the hit and your unsportsmanlike acts, you removed your helmet and re-engaged with your opponent while walking down and across the field, which started another physical confrontation near the end zone. Your lack of sportsmanship and respect for the game of football and all those who play, coach, and enjoy watching it is troubling. It does not reflect the core values of the NFL. Now, Al-Shaair, under the collective bargaining agreement, does have the right to appeal this to an NFLPA jointly appointed appeals officer. Barring a successful suspension, the soonest he would be allowed to be back on the field would be week 17. This is, of course, as Runyon noted in that letter, not the first time that Al-Shaair has been disciplined. He has been fined in the past. There was an incident early in the season this year in which he punched Bears running back Roschon Johnson in the face mask. No flag was thrown, so there was no ejection possible in that case. This time around, Al-Shaair ejected and now suspended for the next 3 games.
What is going on, YouTube world? It's Coffee. Tapping back in with some NFL talk, some topics and news to hit on. Make sure you hit up the comments and let me know your thoughts. Subscribe. Stay tuned. We talk music, news, sports, a bit of everything over here. And it's all about hearing from you guys, the people. But you see all the footage playing. This has been a big discussion, obviously, man. Trevor Lawrence on IR got laid out by Al-Shaair. And I highlighted in another video, you know, Shaair said he's been getting trolled on another level. Racist, Islamophobic trolls just harassing the fuck out of him all day, every day. You know, he didn't mean to do it. He feels bad. CJ Stroud, Texans quarterback, you know, he's like, hey, you already know who I'm rocking with. Shaair's my guy. And I truly believe he didn't mean to do it. I mean, I don't know. To me, it looked like just a blatant dirty hit. I mean, it's wild for the players with the way the rules are enforced. It's so inconsistent, and we see so many BS calls all the time with different stuff, you know, like hit it on a defensive receiver, roughing the quarterback, etc. There's a lot of like ticky-tack. It could go either way. They called this, why didn't they call that? But I mean, this hit is just not that, I think, you know. But we saw Tom Brady, and you see the footage playing of Kenny Pickett, right? He's being blamed as a guy that like started this problem here, as you see in college with Pickett. Did you even know this dude had wheels like that? I mean, I know he was a little mobile, but he wasn't running like that in the NFL, right? I don't remember seeing much of it, man. But he did the fake slide and then took it to the house, 58-yard touchdown. What a play, all-time highlight, real material stuff. And they're pointing this out, you know, among some other quarterbacks that do this, but it's like this Pickett clip is being mentioned so much in all these debates where, like, it was wild. Yesterday we saw Brady, or a couple days ago, touch on this, where he was saying, hey, when I played, you know, he was talking about that hit when Nate Clements for the Bills lit him up. I'm sure any of my Bills fans, anyone out there, you remember that, hit the comments, you know. Let me know who your squad is too, anyone who watches this video. Like I said, we're going to have football content coming all season long, and we just talk it up once again. But Brady was like, man, when I was playing, I learned these dudes are coming for you. They will hurt you, you know, like if you're going to slide. And he was talking about a quarterback getting fined if they fake slide, or different stuff by the sidelines. And with the way the game's changing, Brady basically is saying that the players, the quarterbacks, aren't doing more to protect themselves. But I get that. But do you really think that that's what that is with Lawrence there? I mean, it looked like a pretty clear slide to me. I mean, he cracked him, and it felt to me unavoidable. And you see, he already had his appeal. Shaair, the 3-game suspension was upheld. He also got fined as well. But they also wanted to get him because you heard that, was it against the Chiefs where he punched someone and there was no flag on the play, so nothing could be done. So he's kind of catching a twofer with this one here. But 3 games still kind of light. All in all, I feel like it could have ended up being worse. But I tell you, all this with the refs and Kenny Pickett and the fake slide is dangerous. Like, it's just too much, man. You know, like it's obviously a complex thing and there's a lot of debates about all this with the rules, but I'm just not seeing it where like this particular play, I'm just, to me, dirty hit, you know? What do you think about it all?
Rich, Jerry Jones, Cowboys owner, raised some eyebrows, to say the least, this week, saying on 105.3 The Fan he is open to a contract extension for Coach Mike McCarthy, who, of course, is playing out the final year of his contract without an extension. Now, I would say several people around the NFL I spoke with were like, that's interesting. Several people in his building, the Cowboys building, also were not expecting this. My understanding, though, don't read too much into it. It is essentially Jerry Jones saying, let's wait for the season to play out before we make decisions on the head coach, on Mike McCarthy, and everything else. It is clear it hasn't been the season the Cowboys wanted. It is clear Mike McCarthy has to win some games to earn another contract extension. Jerry Jones just not quite ready to make a decision on his coach for next season.
Contract is not just for this year. It's not like we're just making a decision on this year. It's a combination of all of it, a combination of all the years. Mm-hmm. So he's had his influence on it. You see what I'm saying? We're okay. Listen, we're asking about Dak Prescott. I thought that was very admirable of Dak Prescott to come out and support his head coach and talk about how he wants him to come back and everything. And I believe that. But, you know, but I don't want anybody listening to that. Because the reality is, he's not the key for the Cowboys.
So the 5-7 trash Cowboys, that's what I'm going to call them. They're just not a good team, man. And Mike McCarthy, I've been seeing everyone, they want him up out of there, you know. And Jerry Jones, open to an extension. He's not currently under one. Will it happen? You know, did Jerry bump his head? I thought everyone unanimously was like, yeah, man, this just ain't working, man. Mike got to kick rocks and go figure out his next move or something like that. And then you got Dak saying that he wholeheartedly believes in McCarthy. And it's just, in my opinion, and let me know again if you agree, your take, thoughts, opinion, all that. Like, there's talent on this team and everything, but it's just a bad team and badly coached. It's just not clicking. We've seen this. Coaches have an illustrious, successful career and, you know, and I mean, solid, good-ass coaches, and go somewhere else and it just doesn't pan out. It doesn't translate to the success that they had. I mean, this is the NFL. People are watching game film all the time. If something's working for a team or something like that, they're trying to find a way to jam them up. If there's a defense that is just doing their thing, everyone's trying to find a way to beat them. It's a league where a lot of studying and game film and stuff is being reviewed. And I was shocked by this. I was shocked to see. I mean, Dak's just trying to be a team guy, but he's like, I wholeheartedly believe in him, you know? And Jerry ultimately will make the decision. Will he extend and will he not? If not, if you're a Cowboys fan, who do you like out there coaching-wise? Like, what is your thoughts about it all? You heard Michael Irvin, you know, former Dallas Cowboy receiver. McCarthy is not key. He didn't have to talk greasy and say that they're trash and McCarthy's washed as he is. He just said, hey, he's not key to anything with this team, you know? So it's clear he's ready for his former squad to bring someone else in at coach.
We still got questions about Jalen Hurts. Do you? Questions like at the end of the year, which hand he gonna get or what finger he gonna get the ring for the fourth? Yeah, because I think he got engaged. But it was like, what other ring you talking about? We're here. What questions we got? Chase, don't drop us down. All he does is win. We're here. We love to see him brag about Baker Mayfield. Oh my God, all these dudes. We're not gonna brag about him. He ain't throwing picks. All he does is win. We don't have any questions.
No, man, no. I have no question for Jalen Hurts. Doing what you're doing, it's funny how, like, in some cases where quarterbacks it's not asked to do as much, right? And we praise him for it. Brock Purdy, when he was doing this thing, right, we all these questions about it. All he kept doing was winning for the role that they had him playing. What's the problem with Jalen Hurts? The role we got him playing got us, what, 8-3 or 8-2, 9-2, whatever it is? We winning games. We one of the favorites in the NFC. What we talking about?
We still had questions about Purdy even when they were winning. We still had questions.
Yo, this brother is, you're a quarterback. And you know how hard it is, right?
It's hard.
The brothers are all pro. Hard to do.
It's difficult.
Pro bowler and took his team to the Super Bowl.
Yeah. 2 years ago?
Super Bowl. You feel me? And he looks like he's about to go back again. And I gotta say this about Jalen Hurts. It don't matter what you think about him, all he does is win. For example, his first year as a starter, I didn't think he was really that good, right? But he was young, so I didn't really judge him. Took his team to the playoffs. I was surprised. The next year gets better and better. Now you look back up there in the Super Bowl. Your boy, Wayne, right? We was talking about the game against the Eagles versus Ravens. And you know what he said? At the end of the game, he said, yo, I should have known that Jalen Hurts always been doing is winning since he's been a young boy. Since high school, since college. He's doing the same thing in the pros. Yeah. He might not look pretty to you, the way he throws it or what it looks like or where the offense looks. He winning games, dog, and he's not a weakling. He could be out there throwing picks and put the defense in best situations, and we got to find a way to win. He ain't doing that. He's controlling the game, making plays, we win the games. He's not the weakling.
Ancho doing his ear.
He's not the weakling. He's not the weakling.
You on your chin. What y'all got to say?
This is the last part I'm doing. The thing is, yo, we can have a quarterback like a Justin Herbert that throw for all these yards, look beautiful, and he throws the ball, nice hair and all that.
Talk to him.
And they don't win nothing. Every day they go back home as losers. Truth of the matter is, though. So, as much as other quarterbacks you want to talk, Tua, another one. Really good, right? He processed so well. He got all these wide receivers. Looks good for a little bit. They losing, though. Ain't nothing to talk about. Yeah. Jalen Hurts, every single year, he's going to be in the playoffs. He's potentially going to the NFC Championship game like he did last year. Yeah. Or the year before that. Yeah. And then Super Bowl this year.
Can't be no weakness.
I ain't about to argue about this no more, man.
What's up, dude?
Y'all want to brag about
now both.
And how about, as I was saying, BillsMafia, this is our year. I can't wait, man. We got to get that #1 seed and get that bye, but we're going to win the Super Bowl this year. I'm amped the fuck up. But a former Buffalo Bill there, man, Shady Mccoy, still so crazy to me, man, how amazing of an athlete running back Shady Mccoy was, like top tier halfback during his time in the league. He was right up there with the best of them, and obviously things went sour with Chip Kelly in Philly, as I think Shady's from Harrisburg, so he was like playing for his home team, and Chip came in. You talk about another quarterback that success didn't happen, right? He horrible in the NFL. Whatever happened to Chip Kelly? He went back to college, right? He sucks, man. And him and Shady started butting heads, and he traded him, and he came to Buffalo, man. And so it's cool to see a guy who was here when we broke the playoff drought, man. It's still so wild to me, though, the way he won back-to-back rings right in the pine with KC and Tampa. It was so bugged out. Like, congrats to Shady, and he's the man and all that, but I wonder if he really wanted to win the Super Bowl that way, you know, 2 of them. Just being an extra guy for depth. It's crazy. And Shady still got love for the Bills when he covers, Buffalo Bills topics and news and stuff during his broadcasting, and I want to know what everyone thinks about Shady doing the broadcasting, right? We talked about Tom Brady. As a Bills fan, I hate Brady, you know what I mean? On a competitive level, of course, I can give him his flowers and his props, but I think he's pretty good on the mic. What happened to Romo? Is he still doing it, man? That dude was, remember, he was calling all the plays before they happened, everything, man. His football IQ is tremendous. But like I said, Shady shows love for the Bills and, of course, a lot of love for the Eagles. And you hear him talking about his squad, the Eagles. We saw, you hear them, Jalen Hurts. All he does is win, no matter what, right? Like, the guy's a winner. What up, Donna? Much love to you, Donna Stitz. Been rocking with Jay Coffee Talk for a long time. She's a big Eagles fan, and the guys played outstanding, right? But last year we saw, after a game where my Bills took them to the limit in overtime, they just fell apart at the seams. I think they only won like one more game. It was insane. I've never seen a meltdown quite like that with the team that has just had extended success, you know, like they're the Eagles, man, you know, and they just fell apart and they were eliminated ASAP. They did still make the playoffs, but it was ugly. You know, all that momentum, everything that they had, the tush pushes, pause, nothing was working anymore. And here this year, Jalen has managed to turn it around. And you hear the name Brock Purdy coming up as like Brock. Jalen already cashed out and got his big deal, you know what I'm saying? But Brock, Niners struggling like a bitch this year. And now they're saying, hey, he's got one more year. That's a lot of the reports we're seeing is that he is going to have to play one more year under that rookie contract. And it's just crazy the way the tides turn, you know, like Jalen turned it around. Again, he already got his bread. Brock, who had just been amazing, he got injured and stuff like that, but he kept bouncing back and performing. And, you know, he took him to a Super Bowl and everything. And here we are this year. The Niners have pretty much fell apart and the Eagles are back at it. But I don't know, Shady just seems to be a bit irked. Like, hey, Brock, everyone more or less on his nuts, pause. He mentioned Tua. Tua sucks, man. Straight up Tua sucks. And Herbert, he's like, oh, he's a pretty boy with his hair and all that. You know, the media, more or less, Shady is saying, we'll get at some guys and have some things to say where other guys, they go easy on him, man. You know, he's trying to say, hey, Jalen, everyone was busting his balls, pause after the way things went, but give him his flowers now. You know what I mean? I'm sick of seeing these guys get their ass kissed while the media gives Jalen a tough time, you know? He's a winner. He's a hell of a QB. And that's going to do it for this one, man. We got a few topics. I look forward to talking to all my fellow football fans out there, Bills Mafia, everyone. Let's talk. Subscribe. Stay tuned for updates and them live streams where you can call in. It's a lot of fun. It's coffee. And I'm gone.